This is the PlayStation 2 Slim model. I never had one until now, and well, the Slim is most certainly a small device. Here's my fat PlayStation 2 for comparison. I bought the Slim to replace my 20+ year old PlayStation 2 and it's been a riot. I'm not here to compare the models, instead it's time to talk about this console against emulation. Oh yes, it's that time again. The emulator in question is AetherSX2, basically PC-SX2 only for the Mac and Android platforms using ARM processors. I wanted to use it to see how well the Mac users are served when using Apple's custom silicon chips. I'm using the 2021 MacBook Pro 16 M1 Pro equipped laptop for my AetherSX2 system, and yes, we will try to render every game in 4K resolution. Do all the tested games work? Do you need to adjust the settings? Here's the main setup I used for most games, but if I made changes, I'll mention them where possible. The PlayStation 2 Slim is connected to the OSSC via the Sony official RGB SCART cable and set in 480i pass-through mode, since most people will play their PlayStation 2s at this low resolution. 480p content was line doubled to 960p via the line 2x function though. I've got to try and make it a bit fair for the PlayStation 2, right? Time to get into it! We begin with World Rally Championship. This game is very important to me. It was my first PlayStation 2 game ever. Yes, in 2002 I was given this game as a gift and wow, what an impression it left on me. This game is also important because for the longest time, this didn't work too well using emulation. Oh, and it supports 16:9 widescreen, which is handy for our displays these days. Question is, does it function on emulation? Yes. Straight away, the 4K internal render makes all of the jaggies disappear and textures are looking clear and crisp. It's almost looking like a high definition PlayStation 3 game now. I do notice the colours are quite different and the blacks are darker too. I also noticed the cars have no drop shadow in emulation, which is disappointing to see after all these years. It makes the cars look odd when driving around using the external camera view. Luckily, the amazing interior camera looks fantastic and works nicely with the upgrade. It's not flawless, but World Rally Championship is finally playable and looks decent with emulation. The sequel, World Rally Championship II Extreme, is even better. I adore this game. I play it all the time and it really is worth a try. It looks pretty good on PlayStation 2 using 480i pass-through, but AetherSX2 emulates this game pretty much spot on. Side by side, the emulator is pretty much an upgrade in every way, and notice the game fills the screen more than the PlayStation 2 Slim footage. The colours are more equal this time, and I find the emulator looking more appealing with very little glitches or emulation issues. Definitely a success on AetherSX2. Tekken 5 is next, and I have a few points to discuss. Because I own the PAL version, I only have access to 50 or 60Hz interlaced mode. This PAL version does not have progressive scan support. The emulated version is an NTSC American copy and it does allow for progressive scan. You might say I should have used the PAL copy to make it a fair test, but realistically, most people will not touch the PAL ROM, and I want to show you the game looking its absolute best. Here's the PlayStation 2 footage. And now the emulation footage. Wow, just wow. However, notice the strange missing boxes in the menu and the lack of bloom effects in the background. I did go through the settings to see if I could improve anything, but it was in vain, at least when using hardware acceleration. Software mode would fix these issues, but you would lose the ability to upscale the footage internally. Despite some flaws, Tekken 5 looks incredible and works fantastic on AetherSX2. Definitely recommended. Virtua Fighter 4 was another game I got very early in my PlayStation 2 days. It was a great fighting game that looked fantastic and played very well. Playing it is still a joy, but look at the graphics. Although detailed, the Jaggies are on the offensive when using real PlayStation 2 hardware. I assume it's because this game uses the earlier version of the PlayStation 2's field rendering technique, which allows for more performance at the cost of image quality. Can AetherSX2 solve this problem? Yes, I mean yes! Wow, the difference is truly night and day. You can see for yourself, right? Look how smooth and detailed the game is now. Easily one of the most transformative upgrades I've seen yet. If you are unhappy with the graphics, definitely give it a shot on AetherSX2. James Bond Agent Under Fire is a game I have a soft spot for. Yes, it's not the best game ever, and yes, the controls will tear your hair out at first, but it's still raw, raucous, and a blast to play once you get used to it. Here's how it looks on both platforms. I noticed changes in how aspects of the game are rendered, such as special effects, colours, and even frame rate performance. The menus in AetherSX2 didn't look great with these black lines all over the screen, but overall it was a great experience, and in-game, the emulator did a solid job in gameplay. Street Fighter Alpha Anthology was the first game that caused me real headaches on AetherSX2. Both games used 480p this time, with the PlayStation 2 using the OSSC's Line 2X function. Yes, 960p. Sadly, in hardware acceleration, the game simply had this strange glitch that affected both the backgrounds and the sprites. Going into the AetherSX2 settings, I fixed the character sprites, but the backgrounds were a no-go. I was forced to use the software mode this time. Amazingly, despite this, the emulator provided sharper results. I did disable the bilinear filter for the software mode, and I made sure any type of filter was disabled for both platforms within the game menu. Goes to show how even the software only mode can look better than even the OSSC using its line multiplier modes. Very impressive. The last game I'll talk about in detail is Colin McRae Rally 2005. This was the first game I could not get working on AetherSX2. I tried everything, software, hardware, metal, Vulkan, and even null, and nothing worked. Software ran too slow, any hardware acceleration produced these weird artifacts, and textures were missing. Sadly, while PlayStation 2 emulation has come a very long way, it's not perfect, and reasons like this make me glad I still have a PlayStation 2 in my possession. I'll use a montage to go through the rest of the games I tested, and I'll let you hear the audio to see if there are any differences there. I'll catch you at the end.
fight.
Hold still. Oh, that hurts so good. Who loves you, babe? Yeah. This show stinks. I am not a win. That's right. Exquisite.
Dad, it's me. Yeah. Sorry I didn't call sooner. Yeah, I guess I was. Anyway, I'm coming home now. Oh, I didn't get that thing you asked me to. Okay. Okay, I will. I love you too, Dad.
Heather, I need to speak with you. My name is Douglas Cartland. I'm a detective.
A detective? Really? Well, nice talking to you.
Hold on. There's someone that wants to meet you. Just let me have an hour. No, half an hour of your time.
My daddy always told me not to talk to strangers.
This is very important. It's about your birth.
I'm not interested. Are you still following me? Do I have to scream?
Sorry. I'll wait here.
I've gathered some clothes for you.
Wait, don't go. Excuse me, but where are we? And how did I get here?
Yes, Master.
There we are, folks. PlayStation 2 emulation as a whole has come a long way. The days where many PlayStation 2 games wouldn't even start has now gotten to a stage where most games will work with great performance and most games are fairly easy to run on even modest hardware. It's also great to see Mac computers included in this. Unfortunately, at the time of this recording, AetherSX2 development has been halted and who knows if it will resume again. A huge shame. PC SX2 continues to get updated with great new features and I hope AetherSX2 catches up and resumes continuation. As it is now, it is still worthwhile for your Mac platforms. You folks let me know, would you use AetherSX2? What were your thoughts on the results? Tell me in the comments and I will see you soon.